Hello and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Ali Raja Baganberry UK. If you're new to our channel, I'm Akibullah.
I'm Ali Raja. Assalamu alaikum.
Bottle gourd, most popularly known as Lauki, Khodu, bangla or Calabash. It is one of the most popular vegetable which is grown in almost every state across Bangladesh and India and other Southeast Asian countries.
Now, most gardeners fail to produce enough gourds on their bottle gourds plant due to using incorrect method. In this video, we will show you how to care for your bottle gourd plant, maintain them in order to get plenty of gourds on them. Don't skip the video, watch the video till the end. I'm pretty sure if you follow our step-by-step guide, you'll get a bumper harvest.
Just in case you haven't subscribed to our channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We'll leave the link in the description down below. Without further ado, Dad, let's start gardening.
Let's start gardening.
We're going to be breaking this video down into 3 stages. The growth stage, the flowering stage and the fruiting stage.
Growth stage, we will discuss water, plant food and when to plant them out into the ground and in a container. And the flowering stage, we will discuss how to do 3G cutting so that you can increase the number of female flowers on the plant so that you get plenty of fruits. And the third stage, we'll talk about pollination process. Watch the video till the end. Don't miss any steps because I'm pretty sure if you follow the video step by step, you'll get a bumper harvest. There are 4 factors for the growth of your plant: water, light, heat and nutrition. Now, if you can provide all 4, you will do well with your plant. And timing is so important. Time it properly and you'll get everything right. Now, I know many of you get a little bit excited when you see the sun comes out and you start sowing your seeds early. I tend to sow my seeds 6 weeks prior to planting, not too early, because when you're planting seeds indoors and you keep your plants too long inside their house, they become unhealthy. They become stringy and lanky and quite tall. So unless you're going to grow them in a greenhouse or in a polytunnel, don't sow your bottle gourd seed too early, only 6 weeks prior to planting. If you have sown your seed, after a few weeks you'll get a plant this size. And if you have planted them in a multi-compost, you don't need any fertilizer at this stage up to this point. Most multi-compost would have enough nutrition in them for 3 to 4 weeks. Now, watering is so important. Water your plant regularly. Don't let the root ball dry out. Bottle gourd plant is a leafy vegetable. It trails onto a trellis and it needs a lot of water to grow. So make sure water your plant regularly. Bottle gourd is a subtropical plant, so it prefers humid weather, hot weather with a lot of moisture in the air, and it prefers the sun. So keep it in the warmest part of your house. So that it gets plenty of heat and the sun. If you're going to plant this into the ground, you have to wait till the weather is warm enough. If you're growing them in the UK, it's usually on the 2nd week of May. Prepare the ground early, about 4 weeks early prior to planting. Use plenty of manure, things like farmyard manure, or you could use chicken manure pellet. Add a little bit of fish bone and blood. These are organic granular fertilizer. It will take about 4 weeks to break down. If you're growing your bottle gourd in a container, make sure to choose a large container. Bigger the better. When you're growing in a container, water regularly, because in a hot day it can dry out very quickly. So make sure you water regularly, keep it moist without getting it waterlogged. Bottle gourd is a high feeder, so make sure you feed regularly. When you're planting it into a container, add maybe a granular fertilizer, which is a slow release organic granular fertilizer. Choose a fertilizer that has more nitrogen in it so that the plant can grow. You could use things like chicken manure pellet and fish blood and bone at early stage. And every 4 to 5 weeks you can repeat the process by adding more fertilizer. Or you could use liquid fertilizer. Bottle gourd is a trailing plant, so you need the plant to trail onto something. So make sure to make a trellis. Use bamboo canes so that it could reach to your trellis, regardless whether you're growing in a container or out into the ground. So okay, what is 3G cutting?
3G cutting is a scientific process applied in plants to increase the number of female flowers by pruning and trimming the first and second generational branches.
So okay, is this 3G process, is that something new?
Dad, it's not new. It's been going on for centuries by farmers.
I've learned 3G cutting from my grandmother many years ago. We just know it by a different name. So the main stem that comes out of the ground, that's your first generation stem. What comes out of that stem is the second generation. And what comes out of that stem is your third generation. Now let's demonstrate 3G cutting on a plant so it's easier for you to understand. This stem here, this stem, as you can see, has come out of the ground and has trailed onto the trellis, is known as your first generation stem. You should normally pinch off the growth stem after about 10 to 12 leaves, once it has trailed onto the trellis, when it's reached about 5 to 6 foot, unless you have a small trellis. Now this is the growth stem. This needs to be pinched off above the largest leaf. So I'm going to pinch it off just here, cut it at an angle. So that was our first G cut on the main stem, which was the first generation stem. Now once you made the cut on the first generation cut and you start getting side shoot from that main stem, is known as your 2G, second generation. So this would be your second generation. So that's your main stem going up to the trellis, and this is your second generation branch. And after about 6 to 8 leaves, and you cut the growth stem, that's your 2G cutting. Now what comes out of that, which is something like this, so the side stem that you get on the second generation would be your third generation 3G. So once that reaches about 6 to 8 leaves, pinch off the growth stem, and that would be your third generation cut, 3G cutting. To keep it simple, once you do the first G cutting, which is on your main branch, after 10 to 12 leaves, pinch off the root growth. What comes out of that, you pinch off the root growth on that, that's your second generation. And what comes out of that, that's your third generation, pinch off that, that will give you female flowers. First and second generation stem will only give you male flowers, and the third generation will give you female flowers. And if you keep on doing that, you can have, the ratio will change. You'll have more female flowers than male flowers. So we need more female and less male flowers. Now let's talk about pollination.
Now that you understand 3G cutting and have more female flowers on your plant, that's not enough. You have to pollinate your plant. You have to exchange the male flower pollen into the female flower. Most of the time, all the bees do the work. All the bees and insects do the work for us. But nowadays, there's not that many bees in our garden, so we have to do the work ourselves. Since we don't have enough bees and insects in our garden, we have to do hand pollination. There's two ways of doing hand pollination. You could get a small painter's brush and get the pollen from the male flower and spread it into the female flower. Or you could get a male flower and tap the pollen into the female flower. Pollen is the white powdery stuff. To identify the male and female flowers, the male flower only has the flower on it, but the female flower has the fruit and flower on it. If your pollination was successful, your female flower should have turned into a large bottle gourd. However, if your pollination wasn't successful, your female flower, the fruit on it, would have turned brownish colour. You will need to cut that off.
Bottle gourd, from seed to harvest, is about 3 months. There are many different varieties of bottle gourd, Lauki, Khodu. They come in different shapes. Some are really tall, some round shape, some small, some longer than others. And we have plenty of fun growing bottle gourd in our garden. And we have been pretty successful in past years.
Yes, we have.
growing bottle gourd. But some years are not as great as other years. You know, be patient with it. And it's all about learning the skill. If you know you have done the right thing, sometimes nature is against you. So it's not a lot you could do about it. So I really hope we have explained about bottle gourd, how to plant, how to do 3G cutting, and how to pollinate your plant. If you enjoy watching our videos, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps us with our YouTube algorithm. Please leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of our videos. It helps us, it motivates us to make the next video. If you want us to make a particular video, please leave a message.
And please don't forget to share our videos. As you know, sharing is caring. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, do something amazing and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We'll leave the link in the description down below. Stay safe, Assalamu alaikum, and until then I'll see you in the next one.
Happy gardening, Assalamu alaikum, and I'll see you in the next one.